Well, it looks like the bull move that I've been calling for the last couple of weeks is finally playing out, and we're gonna take a look at this market and see what we can see. Want to talk psychology with you. Want to talk trade management. Want to talk trade entry as well. And so, with that being said, let's just jump into the charts this morning. I got a couple of preliminary things I want to say right before we do. Don't forget, I'm not a financial advisor, and this isn't financial advice. I am Jim, and this is the Jim of All Trades channel. I'm glad you stopped by. I'm a crypto trader as well as a forex trader, and I'm here to help you learn how to trade as well as understand this market and see what moves are coming next with daily wave calls every day. All right, want to invite you to the channel, the Jim of All Trades channel here. If you haven't subscribed, please subscribe. For the last 2 weeks, you can see by my titles here that I've been calling bull move. There's been just a bull move here, and don't miss this trade. If you let me just go to the videos page here. I've just got we've got a breakout soon coming. We've got Litecoin traders must watch. You got bull move still possible. Okay, so I've been just talking about a big trade coming. This was a video that was put out over a week ago. Uh, uh, we want you to just make sure that you subscribe so you can get in on these videos and you can know what's happening prior to the market doing what it's going to do. All right. I also want to invite you to the Litecoin swing trading community as well. It's a community of traders. So we've had a great discussion this morning about the move that's happened overnight or in the early morning hours. But it's a great place for learning traders as well as you get extra content that you can't get on the YouTube channel. Everything's free, of course, and like that. So, all right, let's jump into the charts and see what we can see. I want to talk psychology with you as well as trade entry and then just tell you what I think is happening. Okay, we're going to look at Litecoin specifically today, and we might peek at Ethereum and Bitcoin if we have time. Okay, all right. So uh, from a from a macro level, just look at the macro count here. I want to show you a couple patterns here that have been playing out in the market. And I'm going to delete my box here. I think it's still in play, but I'll just delete it for now. Um, I want to show you this past run here and the way it looks. I just want you to see the shape and then these lines that I've drawn here. Okay, so what you see in all of these, you've got 5 waves to the upside. You've got a correction, and I've drawn a trend line here on that correction, and then there's a breakout past it. We go up. You got a correction, able to draw a trend line, break past it. Okay, you can kind of see that pattern. You also see the shape. We got a little M, just this downward sloping M pattern over and over and over. You see that over and over and over. Well, what you see right here is the same kind of shape. Okay, it's a fractal in the market. What's a fractal? Fractals are just repetitive shapes that the market makes on the chart. So what you see here is you've got this 5 waves to the upside. I want you to look at the proportionality, okay, to this move right here. This is a large move, okay. Comparatively to this first move, is pretty small. This compares more to this right here. Then we had a push down. This one came down pretty steep. This one came somewhat steep, and everybody thinking, everybody thinks it's going down, especially with these moves here that's going down. And the market has a way of making you think that it's going down because if they need to make you think it's going down. Why? So that you'll be selling into their buy-in. They can't buy unless they have willing sellers, okay? And these people have money and they need a lot of sellers. So they have to be convincing in the charts, and that's why this is a hard market to trade. But all the details are in the chart. And so I've just drawn this line, and this morning we just broke it. Okay. Last night I gave a signal in the swing trading community. I said if we break this high, I actually, let me just show you the signal that I gave. I put out a little video. I said we have a potential here. I was, to be honest with you, expecting and hoping. I don't know, hope isn't always the word, but expecting. I always like lower prices for sure. But I was expecting maybe another move to the downside before up. We didn't get it. But I said we can know, and I put out a video about it and went to bed. Right here, I put Fibs on this level right here. And I basically said if we bounce here and go down after the 1276, then we're going to be heading down for a lower correction. But if we just bounce down a little bit and then we come back up and then we go higher than 1618, that is going to be a telltale that we're heading up. And so that was the signal I offered last night via an extra video, and certainly we did come past the 1618 and we have shot up. So our entry would have been on this pullback most likely after that 1618 breakout. Okay, so that was something you would have gotten in the swing trading community that you would not have gotten on YouTube. I try to support traders as traders not only provide daily videos and charts, but I try to support with good psychology and just advice along the way as far as what the charts are doing. I don't give financial advice. I just tell you what I'm trading and what I'm doing, and you can do the best that you can. You've got to be nimble, and you got to be quick on this market if you want to get the best entries. Okay. All right. So what is it doing? Well, let's go back out to the macro chart. I believe we got a reversal. I don't know how big this wave is going to be. This could be a macro reversal, meaning we're going up for another bull run now. That's potential. Somebody was saying in the swing trading community, I missed this trade. You haven't missed anything. You haven't missed. You missed $6 move. Okay, not a big deal. Right now, my first target for a stopping point for this wave is going to be 112. That's my first target to the upside. If we continue up, now there's a critical point that we've got to get past to be certain that we're heading up. So I'm going to put a green line of death right here at this area. It looks yellow right now, but I'll change it. Let's see. Let's make it green for money. So there's our green line of death, or green line of profit. Let's say, if we go up here in particular, and then we pass this line, we are going to go up to the first target, most likely. Then the second and the third. I'll show you what those targets are looking like. So we really need to pass this high in order to feel super comfortable that we're heading to the upside. So we've got a little ways to go before that. But if we're heading to the upside, here are the targets we're looking for right now. If this is simply an ABC correction, okay, if this is an ABC correction with or an X wave, basically an ABC, which if you let me see, let me point a video out to you that you need to watch. Let's see, where was it? Daggone it. Right here, this one right here, Litecoin traders must watch. This video right here, let me point you to this one. I give my macro analysis of this Elliott wave count. I'm not going to give it to you here, but just know that this is probably part of an X wave on the way up, and we still have more downside in Litecoin. That's a potential. Another potential is that we are done and we're heading up from here. So understand that as well. So anyway, my first targets are 112 and then 120. That would be corrective. That would be basically an A, B, and a C. That's what we'd be looking at if that's the case. Okay. If this is a bull move, then we don't have an ABC, but rather it's a one wave followed by a two wave, and then we're going up for three. We should be hitting at least 130, and we'll go beyond it. Okay. Most likely, if this is a bull move, we're going to come on up here to the 2618. We'll hit 159, and then head on up to the 180 region. Okay. So that's what I'm kind of looking at. We're at the bottom of this, so you don't worry. You haven't missed out on a ton, and you have a chance to enter now. So let's talk about psychology. When you have a notion, when you have a feeling in your gut that says, "Oh, I missed it," that's called fear of missing out, and it'll make you do bad things. So you've got to control that emotion. You've got to get that emotion out of you. Yeah, you missed it. There might be a little disappointment. Move on. Okay, you've got to discipline yourself to say, okay, there'll be other trades. And remember, let's just say it again. The market always comes back. Let's just say it. The market always comes back. So let's ask the question: what is the next move? Should you be getting into the market right now? Now, if you've been watching my videos any length of time, my channel, you know what my answer to that is. No, do not get in this market right now. You never, 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 never enter on big green candles like this. Okay, we wait for a pullback. Okay, so where's the pullback going to be? Let's see if the charts. We had a pullback here to this trend line. Once this bounced off the trend line and we got a respecting of the trend line and we broke the 1618. That's a great confirmation that we have upside and we can get in this market. So where can we expect this pullback? We've still got a big push to the upside. We already had a little bit of a pullback right here on this black candle. That was a potential entry there. But are there any other entries coming up? And I think yes, there are. Let me show you where I think they are. First off, what's the Elliott Wave count? The Elliott Wave count right now of this wave right here. This looks like 1, and that looks like 2. So we're making 3, 4, 5. Now 3 needs to have 5 waves, okay? So 3 needs to have 5 waves. And you can't say that this is 1, 2, 3, okay? And the reason you can't say that, and I think this is going to be a very, very large wave, and on the next pullback, that's going to be a good entry point most likely. The reason you can't say that this is 1, 2, 3, 4, and this is 5 of the third wave is because this pullback and this overlaps that. This is more like a 1, 2, 1, 2 of the third wave. Okay, that's most likely what we're looking at, which is very, very, very bullish. Okay. So we have this wave that's actually come up past the 1618. Okay. It's come to the 1618. And it's come past it. So this is 1, 2. Now we're making the third wave. Now the third wave of the third wave is what we're making. We need to see 5 waves in that third wave. So let's put the fibs. Let's put the fibs on that. So let's just move this third wave up here because it's going to be kind of a big sucker, most likely. I'm thinking. So let's do that. Let's see what we got. You can see how we got 1, 2. The third wave of the third wave has come up here to the 1618. We should be making a pullback here, right around this area where we are. You say, where could we be expecting a pullback here too? Well, let me put the fibs on that third wave of the third wave. Looks like we could have a retracement down to 94. I would say if you get a pullback down to 94, get a pullback here to the $94 region, there's a good entry point because here we would have 1, 2, 3, 4, and then 5. This would be the 5th wave, and all this would be the third wave of the third wave. Okay, then you should expect another ABC correction. It could be a triangle, whatever, and then another upside to finish out this third wave. So we got 1, 2, 3. That's kind of what I'm looking at. So if you want to enter this market here, this is the area right here that you should be thinking about entering if you want to enter. We enter on black candles on pullbacks. We do not enter on green candles because just as soon as you enter, it's going to pull back. Why did you just get that other push to the high? Why did it start moving up faster again? Why did this move break out like that? Because everybody's FOMOing in, and see, that's when people start. That's when the market makers and other traders begin to take profit. They take profit on green candles, and that's what you need to be thinking about, taking profit on green candles. And once you get a pullback, you can re-enter again. Okay, so what I'm thinking, let me just see if we can measure what I think this third wave is going to look like. I'm gonna create this wave for you right here in front of you. It's what I think it's going to happen. We need to be looking for a move up here to the 1618 at least. I would imagine we could be going up higher. Then let's see here. We got 1, 2. So let me do the subwaves of that. We're going to make it red. Now let's make it blue. Nah, it's too close to purple. How about orange? There we go. 1, 2. 3, 4, 5. Yeah, 2, 6, 1, 8. 4, 5. Yeah. Yep. Um. Look at that. We got our pullback. Oh man. Let's do the subwaves of the third wave here. Let's make this dark red there, burgundy. Yeah, that's looking really good. Good high probability entry here at 94.42 for the could come down to 93.58 down to the structure zone here. Chances are this is kind of bullish. It's gonna not come down as far. It's gonna probably front run it. Let's see now. Where would that 4 wave come down to? About back to $95 roughly. So there you go. That's what I expect to see. Something like that. Okay, so for those of you watching on your phone, you need some numbers. Here they are. I'm expecting the top of the 3 wave completely to be somewhere around the 102, 103 mark. Okay, that's the top of the 3 wave. Okay, of this current move. Okay, 102, 103. Then we're going to see a little bit of a steeper correction back to what would that correction look like once we see a little bit of a steeper correction. That move would look. Should see a correction back to 96.63, 97 in that ballpark. Maybe. Maybe even down to 94 again. And then up to continue this wave. So that would be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Let's see what that would put us at. Zoom out here. That would complete the one way. That would put our 5 wave. Let's see what our 5th wave would be. 5th wave finishing out at 108, 109. And let me just zoom out to show you. And that would be a wave 1 of 3 of this larger. That would finish out a wave 1 of our larger correction here. We would get even a bigger correction down, and then we'd be heading up even more, most likely. So to me, this is a very bullish count. I know there's fibs all over the place, but looking for a possible wave 1 up to about 108, and then that's a good potential exit. That's the best I can project based upon the entry that or the information that we have right now. Okay. Let me just check a trade here. Okay. All right. I'm in kind of a bad position on NZD right now and just monitoring it. All right. Let's see here. So that's what I'm looking at. Let me give you some targets here. If you get a pullback here right now, if you get a pullback down to about 94.50, that's going to be a good entry point for some upside. Should see a top of the three wave back up to about $99 roughly in the $99 mark, and then you're gonna see a pullback. They're gonna come take back all your profits back to about $96. So watch out for that pullback there. That's if this count is correct. Okay, this is my bull count. Now, look, if you haven't entered this market, look for a pullback to 94.40 around that mark, and then enter, and then go long to about $99. But I would just plan that as a scalp trade because this isn't the best entry for this entire wave. If you had entered down here, you'd be safe just to stay in the whole time without trading that. So just make sure you get out around $99. I would guess that's my estimate based on this. I'll give some more information in the swing trading community as the day progresses. Okay. All right. Then. Looking for a top of this three wave, this at 102, 103, somewhere around there. After some, a lot of upward movement, it's going to take us a couple days to get there, most likely. So don't be in too much of a hurry. Don't think you're going to miss out. This isn't going to move immediately. So keep in mind that. Okay. All right, what if I'm wrong and this is not a bull move? What else could it be? Well, the only other thing I can see right now is this is some kind of an ABC, A, B, and a C right here on the smaller time frame. And it's just kind of a lot. I don't think it is, but let's just pretend it is. We've come to the one-to-one extension, and we're getting a bounce off of it. So be careful about that. Then one and that's at 96.58. At 1276 is at $99. So watch out for those. Those as well. If we bounce off of that and begin making five waves to the downside, obviously we know that my bull count is invalidated. I say my bull count is invalidated if we come back and break $93 here pretty quickly. Okay, if we come back and break $93 fairly quickly, and we close past it on the 1 hour to the 4 hour chart, if we break that, is that right? Let's see. The top of this one wave would be it. Let's say to be safe, $92. $92. Let's put a yellow line of death there. Not a green. This is our yellow line. So yeah, if we break $92. 31 cents on the 1 hour, and then my bull count has been invalidated. But as long as we bounce somewhere between 93 and 94.50 in that ballpark, as long as we get a bounce to the upside there, we're looking really good to the bull side. Okay, well there's your Litecoin update for today. It's a good wave analysis. To me, looking great. It feels good to have nailed a trade potentially, and see things playing out like this. Looking very bullish to me, guys. So I'll see you in the community. Let's take a peek at, for those of you who want to hang around, let's just take a peek at Bitcoin. You can see how we've just bounced off the one-to-one extension here of this whole move. Probably have an upside here to the third wave of about 10,366, most likely. Going to have a little bit of a pullback right here, and then a wave to the upside. Looks like we got 1, 2. We're making the third wave of the third wave right now. So we're in good shape. Yep, we're 1, 2, making the third wave right now of the third wave. Should see the top of that wave around 10,002. Looks like we're going to get a pullback right now, just as we are in Litecoin. That pullback looks like 98.70 might be a good entry point for a pullback. For that, and as about 98.70 comes around, then you can enter up, but I would be looking to exit around 10,200 mark to 10,300, and then let there be a retrace of about 30% of the third wave. I'll give some information about that as it's being made, and then you can re-enter. I don't like to, and I'm just teaching you how to manage the trade if you're not entered up to this point. It's a risky entry to enter right now and expect a lot of upside. Okay, so we have to just take as much upside as the wave is going to get us. So I'm just trying to give you some ideas there. Okay, and let's look at Ethereum. Ethereum's looking fantastic. It's one of the easier ones to count. Um, so it looks like we're getting a move. If we get a bull move, we're looking for the top of this third wave to be about $232. Looks like we're in the middle of the third wave of the third wave. One, two, yeah, we're in the middle of the third wave of the third wave. We should be looking. There's one top of the third wave of the third wave. It looks like 225. Yeah, it's looking bullish, guys. I'm just letting you know, it's looking pretty bullish to me. If it's not bullish, what would we expect? We'd expect there to be a stopping point about 221 at Ethereum, 1-to-1 extension. I'm not seeing that, guys. I'm really not. I'm seeing this as bullish. Looks like we're getting a pullback. What can we expect that pullback to be? One, two, 3, 4. I don't think it's going to be a very deep pullback right now, guys. But potential to come down to 214 might be a decent entry point there. Okay. All right. Well, that's the quick update today. I hope that helps you. Leave any questions in the comments. Don't forget to like, subscribe, share some love, and if you make a ton of money on your trades, you can share some of that as well. You can share in my Patreon or the tip jar, just as a thank you for the calls. All right. I hope you guys have a fantastic day. We'll talk to you later.